that, you know, promise these birth mothers, oh, we're going to find your baby the perfect home, right? I mean, who knows what's going on out there? So this whole like surrender your baby by Zoom, I mean, really? I mean, the way it's set up now, it's so that you have to go in front of a judge and go in chambers, and the judge can ask you, you know, just ask you questions, make sure you're comfortable. Although there's a whole lot of judges I don't have a whole lot of faith in, this is a process that at least there's some security that a neutral person is going to have the birth mother one-on-one. And then the other thing is the baby in a box, you know, where you can leave your baby in a box, and they want a bill to appoint a private agency. Now DCS has already said that they say less than 10 times a year. I bet it's even less than that. But anyway, now they want this special agency appointed, a private adoption agency appointed to pick up the babies that are left in the boxes, right? So the baby in the box now, I'm like, why don't we just put Tennessee babies on Amazon or something? Because this is getting ridiculous, right? I mean, there is so many things that could go wrong. So it was just crazy. I'm sitting there looking at these people. I did stop and make appointments with some people, stopped and talked to one of the reps, and, you know, gave him some ideas of, you know, things that are going on. But I mean, you know, they had one thing that was a vote of ayes and nays. And I mean, the nays were equally as loud as the ayes, and Mary Littleton did not take a roll call vote. She was like, oh, if you want your no recorded, just tell the clerk. I'm like, what is that? How is that operating a committee? I mean, it's just crazy. And then, you know, sometimes they're yucking it up before the committee meeting, and I'm like, this is serious. You know, I never liked it when I was, you know, practicing law and judges are yucking it up with attorneys, and, you know, I'm just like, this is deadpan serious stuff here. There is no reason to be yucking it up, right? Okay, so let's move on to some other stuff that is going on this week, because I want to get to some stuff that I'm just furious about. But here's one. Listen to this. I got to find this story. Hang on just a minute for me. All right, so here's an interesting story. This one, I'm going to hold this up here, see if you can see. I think it'll be backwards for you, so I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to tell you what it says. All right, but you see that guy's picture? All right, so this is Tennessee DCS worker fired, charged with child solicitation. This just reported 4 hours ago out of Bolivar, Tennessee. Bolivar, I've been to Bolivar before. I've been to like probably half of Tennessee counties. I would say I've probably been in more than half of Tennessee's counties, but one day I sat down and I counted. I could only come up with 40 that I remembered. This is Christopher Baker, age 50, served as an administrative team leader with the Office of Child Safety. Okay, do you know what that is? A team leader, administrative team leader, Office of Child Safety. These are the people who are investigating and taking your children, and he's their boss, okay? He's their boss. And it said he was taken into custody Tuesday after an undercover operation. According to the city of Bolivar, on March 2nd, an underage girl found a strange note on her car at a local business. The juvenile and her parents reported the incident to Bolivar Police Department, which began an investigation with the assistance of Jackson Police. Tuesday, Bolivar authorities said Baker met someone who he thought was an underage girl during an undercover operation. Authorities said he had intention of having sex with her at an undisclosed location in Jackson, which is about 45 minutes from there. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is a DCS worker, administrative team leader, Department of Child Safety. Guys, really? And y'all sit up there at the General Assembly and talk about how great DCS is and how we need to be paying them more. And you got these guys, right? And you got these guys working, right? You got these guys. And that's not the first time I've heard this, okay? This is not brand new. All right, so then let's move to this story. Hang on here, because this is hilarious. All right, hold on. So I also saw This is just crazy. Okay, this right here. I am just, this is nuts. Okay, do you see this? I know it's backwards for you. You see those two guys right there? Okay, so those two guys in Memphis, they're loading up rape kits to send to a lab in Florida for testing. Okay? Now you see, they're just boxes there, some plain. All right, now, for anybody who's an attorney or a law enforcement officer, you know that if you're going to use the results of a rape kit, the forensic results of a rape kit, what is one of the most important things you have to do is you have to prove chain of custody, okay? Chain of custody means that somebody, a person, a human, has to testify about every step along the way of where that piece of evidence has been. Every step along the way. So I don't know how we're gonna do this, all right? I can just see that. I can just see me like, okay, detective, after you sealed up the envelopes of the evidence, where did it go? The detective goes, oh, to TBI. Okay, next person is a TBI, receiving person, right? Okay, so after you receive the evidence from the detective, what did you do with it? Oh, I put it in the locker. Okay, all right. Next, who's next? Who do I call next? Oh, you. Oh, this guy right here. Who was that guy right there? Okay, so what did you do? Well, I took it and I put it in a box. I loaded it on an airplane and I shipped it to Florida. Okay, and then who do I call to testify? I mean, are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? This is like, you might as well just throw those away. Just throw them away. Tell the rape victims, too bad, so sad, so sad. Anyway, and you know what? So many times the rape kits come back positive and the DAs, well, I'm not going to say so many times because I do know of a few though. I do know of some where the DA had positive DNA evidence and still screwed up the case. Okay, all right, yeah, I'm looking at some of your notes here. I'm so sorry, I'm watching what's going on. Okay, so there's one more I want to talk to you about. This one's going to get into a little bit more detail, so hang tight with me. This story right here. Okay, this story right here came out today in the Tennessee Conservative. House committee kills legislation to restrict foreign ownership of Tennessee